Welcome back to the Beyond Worlds Book Club. Uh, this time we're diving headfirst into a story that was very good. Grabbed us by the collar, sometimes by the coin purse.
The coin purse. Today we're talking about The Blacktongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman, a fantasy adventure packed with thieves, war, goblins, sarcastic cats, and more profanity than a tavern brawl.
This wasn't your usual sword and sorcery tale. It's pretty fast talking, full of grit, dark magic, oddly touching friendships. All told through the charmingly dishonest voice of Kinch Na Shannack. I'm not going to pronounce that right, so I'm going to call him Kinch.
I think it did pretty well. So we'll be discussing what makes this book stand out in the crowded world of fantasy, from its unique world building and hilarious narration to the surprisingly deep emotional moments along the way.
So grab your pack, say your prayers to the goddess of your choosing, or don't, and let's hit the road with Kinch and Company. So, obviously, full spoilers for the hour ahead. But
Yeah, standard Beyond Worlds Book Club, full of spoilers.
to be fair, though, like normal, you're probably not going to get too much of a gist of the plot. We're going to go back and forth all over the place, so maybe no spoilers. The events will be spoiled.
Yeah, you won't be able to follow along. You'll just know something's going to come. So yeah, The Blacktongue Thief. This was my book. I'd actually been looking at another one of this guy's books, but it was like a horror, and coming off of sort of doing Meddling Kids before, and then doing another like Darren Shan. I wanted to sort of veer off the horror a bit, and this was his other book, and had been seemed well liked. And just reading the story, it reminded me of like The Assassin's Apprentice a little bit, the blurb.
Okay.
I mean, as an assassin, so a thief sort of thing. That's doesn't, you know. And yeah, I just thought it'd be something that we could quite like. And then, funnily enough, Robin Hobb had then put a sticker on the front to say like approved, so that seeing as go listen to that episode as well. The Robin Hobb. So.
That was a very good choice. Like it took me a hot sec to get into it because, like I've said to you between recordings, I was in a bit of a non-reading sort of brain space. But once I got into it, I think I blasted through like 60% of the book in like a day and a half, and just was like, no, this is great. One thing I said right away to you, I like normally fantasy books do a lot of big world building, whereas this took a different approach and did loads of language building, and I've never seen that before. And obviously it had like sort of roots in Kinch's sort of like secret like ability thing that they don't really ever talk about very much, but that was super cool. Like his love of language, like that's a really unique feature or trait, sorry, to have in a MC. I thought I really liked that, like his being able to tell dialects and different like attributing words of like, okay, this is similar to how these people say this, so it must mean this, and diving into that stuff. That was really cool. And him learning new words from other languages and then questioning why it means that way and trying to understand it, I thought was very unique and very cool.
The book has ways of playing on that as well, where he observes situations where language fails and breaks down. There's a really interesting point when Galva's in a bathtub, so the sort of other main character of the story other than Kinch, and there's sort of a maid there, and they're trying to communicate with each other, and it's all over a horse. And one of them, basically, the woman thinks that she's asking for an old lady prostitute, and Galva just wants a horse. And that just sort of breakdown of language can create these really funny situations in often a bit of a grimdark book at
Yeah,
times.
I was gonna say I got very grim fantasy vibes from it, but then the humor was so dry and witty, and it really took me back. Like, almost knocks you out of it for a sec, um, but not in a bad way. Like
no,
it levels everything out really nicely. I thought it otherwise it would be a not really dark, but the world itself doesn't seem great. Like, does
no,
not seem like there's often fantasy worlds where you're like, damn, hell yeah, I want to live there. No thanks, I'm cool. Fuck that
yeah,
shit. Um, one of the scenes that sticks with me was when after they got off the goblin boat and they're in the city where goblins and humans sort of coexist to a degree,
hmm,
and they're playing tug of war with that dude over the chain. Or what the and like
yeah,
he's then eaten, and
yeah.
yeah, the whole like little situation around that, that character's like final moments weren't great. He did not have a good time.
No.
Um, well,
But he could have stepped away. It was his like
no, he couldn't. Not him. He
no,
wouldn't have been able to.
his
But
character could.
I was kind of happy that his character, not happy, but I was like, he shouldn't be carrying on with the
The
group.
group. Yeah, he
Yeah,
didn't fit in the group, so he needed to leave, and that was a way to go.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
so,
but
oh
yeah,
yeah,
I was going to say it's really good to go back to the beginning instead of doing a
yeah.
normal jump forward.
So that's just a bit of our feelings about the book there. A
Yeah,
little opening for you. Some of our favourite, rememberable bits, maybe. Some things you'll hear about, now. So the main protagonist of this story, Kinch, we're introduced to him at the start. He's in a forest. He's with a band of thieves that he doesn't particularly like very much, and he has a couple of things going for him. He's very aware of his surroundings and takes a lot in, and also has a couple of powers, sort of thing. You mentioned the one where he can read any language. So,
yeah. So he's a cipher. They call
yeah,
them, don't they? Um, later on, like you sort of find out about them being quite revered, but not for the right reasons. Almost, there. It would be like if you found in this world, you find someone with a power, the government's taking them, and you ain't ever seeing them again, no matter what. Like, if even the whisper of that ability gets out, it would be over for him.
yeah,
Um, which is crazy because he's part of a thieves guild, right? Like, and not even like he's well, he might be a good thief, but he's not very successful because
yeah, well,
he
true.
is
He has the
in
slap
debt.
mark.
Yeah, so he's in debt to the Thieves Guild, which they then slapped a tattoo on his face, which means anyone in a pub or bar can slap him and get a free drink.
As long as they're the first person to do it that night, which I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah,
little
yeah, yeah, yeah.
caveat. And he's not allowed to
Yeah,
say anything to them, but if they say something to him after they've slapped him, it's fair game.
yeah, yeah.
So I like
Um,
that there's rules to it. It's clever. It's real. It feels legit.
yeah, very much so. Um, yeah, that it was. Yeah, it was that like intro with the pretty boy that wasn't so pretty, give him a slap and steal his shit, beat the fuck
Yeah.
out of him. That was good.
Because he he's in the forest, and his other thing that he's got, the other power, which is sort of like an unspoken, is he's where it's not a power, it's more like his intuition, but he calls it luck. So if luck
Yeah,
is on his side, he can win, and he can feel the flow of luck.
that that very much reminds me of character from the Wheel of Time.
Okay.
There's a guy whose luck is insane, um, to the point where in his brain, well, not in his brain, in his mind, he can hear dice tumbling, and when he can hear the dice tumbling in the cup, he's like, "Oh shit, man, something's gonna go down," and when the dice stop, it's like, "Oh fuck, it's going down now." But he's a very lucky individual around all of that shit happening, so he'll be in the right place at the right time.
That's cool.
His is a bit more subtle than Kinch's because he can sort of not channel it, but because he's very aware of it, he can use it to his advantage.
because with Kinch, he can't channel it. He can't up his luck or down his luck. He can just ride the wave of the luck that's there. So he can't alter it in any way. He can just, if he's feeling extra lucky, make big gambles. If he's feeling unlucky, just go to bed early
get the
and
fuck out of it.
fuck just something bad's going to happen. So that's a cool introduction to that.
And he does have like some minor magic, doesn't he? Like, being part of the Thieves Guild, he went to the low school. Wandering Bunny is, that's what it was actually called. He goes to the low school, learns all these techniques and like cantrips. There's like, for magic, it reminds me of like Magic the Gathering. You do like 1 and 2 cost spells called cantrips, if I remember right. So you can do like minor stuff like break his fall a little bit, or
put someone to sleep.
Something. Yeah, so silly little things.
Unlock a door.
Yeah, very, very thief-like magic, which was cool.
But we're also then introduced to Galva, because that's this enemy on the path.
Yeah. Well, as their enemy, that's their target for trying to rob, right? She's got that cool shield.
Yeah, and actually, she's not much of an enemy because she does her best. Although she takes everyone down, and we get introduced to her war corvid, which is a giant crow, is how I imagined it.
Yeah, giant crow,
human-sized. Yeah, that's another cool magic thing we'll get to, the tattoos. Tattoo magic. Yeah. It's such a clever...
God, man, you'd be spelled up to the wazoo. God damn, what magic would you have? Fucking Samus coming out of your hand, blast people.
So Galva turns up, she takes out everyone, doesn't kill them, and with our main character Kinch, she doesn't actually attack him because he managed to lay a blow on her. She's sort of like, hey, respect, you hit me.
You actually got me. Good job.
So let's just end it there, yeah. And he's like, yep, absolutely. Goes back to town, as he said, and then, gets abducted by the Thieves Guild, doesn't he?
Yeah, and they're like, right, get to this city, because, like, you owe us. We're going to take all the money you've got, because you owe us, for one. We might leave you a little bit. You're going to get to the city, and you're going with that chick that you just tried to rob. You're going with her. And, get there by X time, otherwise you're fucked. Excuse my language. Not excuse my language, I swear more. But, it was cool, because you don't really... The story just sort of unfolds, doesn't it? You've got no clue what really is going to happen until... Well, you don't until like the last 10 chapters, I think. Really, what they're going for.
Well, because they have a quest. The quest, as you said, to get both Galva and Kinch want to get to Outstrom, and along the way there are a couple of points where they have to hit along the way. So there's a couple of key quest givers they have to go to via sort of thing.
Well, was it not just more that was the best way to get there, because they had to get to a boat to skip some time, otherwise they were going to be going through some... But
didn't they have to go and see Deadlegs to get something?
Oh, I can't remember.
I thought, my understanding was that the first sort of port they're going to is to a witch, and the reason... I wish I remembered in detail why they were going to the witches, because that has flown my mind, because there's so much action around it. And that's where they meet Norrigal. Is it Norrigal?
Yeah.
And that's what a character. Just we will spoil the shit out of that character at some point, but just for now, Norrigal, so clever, and her witch master Deadlegs. Cool, because she steals legs from people because she has none of her own, which again, so clever when you point that just seems
plays out.
So, she's just got no legs. That's a weird way to make something scary, but there's a whole reason behind. Very, very well done.
Turns out Deadlegs is like, oh shit, Galva, you're from Ispanath. You like horses? Here, have this stick.
Yeah,
the stick can turn into a robot horse. Well, not a robot horse, but like a mechanical horse, but only for an hour in total. And that's special because in the Goblin, I'm assuming in the Goblin War as well, all the horses were killed, and there's just there's basically no horses left in the world. because of the
No,
Goblin Wars.
but then there's also a point at the end where they find out that's not 100% true. So
Yeah,
it's so dark.
because they're going to Altusrim. I remember now. So they're going to Altusrim to start because the Thief Guild person tells Kinch, "Oh yeah, by the way, a load of fucking giants turned up and just like
That's
stomped
it.
the city."
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, cool. They're gonna go try to take on some giants. Turns out that this city, just been raised by giants just out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere. You find out a bit more later on, but
And I just remembered, I don't know why they were going to the witches, because Kinch doesn't know either. So she doesn't tell him. She just says, I need to go talk to her. And then when it's time to talk, they knock him out. So he just gets knocked out. So he then comes to. So he says, like, oh, don't you trust me? It's like, it's just better for now that you don't know. And that's because we don't know at that point about the princess.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're going to get information about, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where
we know what we're talking about.
Anywhere, so.
But you mentioned it there, the goblins. So that's a really key part of this book, and something that I really liked is you talked about minimal backstory, but there is backstory that's there, and it's so violent that there was this war between humans and goblins. These goblins aren't your normal run-of-the-mill Lord of the Rings.
There was 3 wars.
Was there?
Yeah. So the first war, they stomped the goblins, sort of. The second one, the goblins kind of came back with a vengeance. I think like humanity was 2 for 1, so they won the first one, lost the second one, and then the third one is sort of a draw win.
Yeah.
Humanity does push them back, but because the goblins' reproductive cycle is so quick, they just kept coming back. I'd have liked to know. I'm hoping in the second book maybe they expand on that a little bit and you understand why the goblins did it, maybe, apart from the fact that they were just goblins and they were hungry.
Well, this is a fun place to throw this in. There's actually a prequel book called The Daughter's War. That was the second book that came out after this. So he did this book, then he's done a prequel book, and then we're assuming the third will be, I don't know.
Oh, okay, so the sequel is actually a prequel.
Yeah, and it follows the Goblin Wars with the Corvids and what happens with the horses, and yeah.
I wonder if that follows Galva again, because
I believe so. That was my understanding.
Cool. I suppose, because when they find the princess, Kinch is like, oh damn, they used to bang.
Yeah.
So it does sort of make sense, because the daughter is the princess. It's got to be, right? Although the daughter's war is because the men were...
Well, that's why it's called the daughter's war, yeah. And then all the men died. So then they have to send women.
All the women just like, fuck it, give me a sword. Or give me a spear, or give me a weapon, kill some goblins.
Yeah. That Goblin War is, as we said, it wipes out so much. And these goblins aren't your Lord of the Rings sort of run-of-the-mill stupid. I mean, they are to an extent, but they're more the vicious, violent, as you mentioned, the hook thumb. Instead of a thumb, they've got a hook.
We haven't actually mentioned that yet.
Well, when we were talking off podcast, you mentioned it.
Like they got that like Velociraptor sloth baby, not sloth, but the thingy that gets the grubs out the trees with the long finger. That's what I think whenever I think of these goblins. I think of that thing, but because that weird finger creeps me out a bit. But yeah, they got like this retractable claw hook thing as either a finger or a thumb. Yeah, that's kind of spooky. And they very much like eating people.
They call them biters.
Yeah. This war was so bad to the point like everyone was getting conscripted, apart from like one city that was like, nah, fuck this shit, I ain't joining in. Basically, the whole continent was at war with the goblins, which is kind of mad.
No, it is mad. But that's what's mad as well. Is like you said, that's what we know about it. We are introduced to goblins a little bit later. That was, I thought, a really, really cool way of showing just how dangerous they could be, because they get caught. Spoilers, as we've said. And it does feel like that could be the end, and I couldn't see a way out. I always forget. So throughout this book, the get out free card is always the cat. The cat will if it looks like everything's about to end really really badly, the cat will save the day.
Bully boy, he's
But
there. He's actually he's the third member of the party because he joins before they go to
yeah,
Deadlegs, don't they?
yeah. So before
He just
Norrigal.
randomly finds this blind cat and is like, "Oh, you're cute. Come with me." Yeah, and it just has a blind cat hanging around in his bag that just fucks off when it wants and somehow knows how to find him again. Little do we know that there's actually a Thieves Guild mega assassin like folded up inside the cat or some
Oh,
bullshit. Fucked.
yeah. So
Yeah,
the whole time it's, but not like her conscious or something. Her entire body is like Samus
yeah,
fold up inside this
yeah,
cat.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like he doesn't ever describe it. I think not to like a big degree, but it's just like, yeah, I've been inside the cat, like all of me. Like she comes out like butt ass naked, doesn't she?
yeah,
The first time she comes out, and he's like, "Wait, what the what? What?" Yeah, that was cool. She was a bit nuts. She came off like very much psychopathic, insane
yeah.
sort of
I
as
mean,
well.
I think she probably was,
Um,
to a degree. She was living inside a
so,
cat.
yeah, true. And to be fair, if you're a top tier Thieves Guild assassin, the shit you've gone through and have
Yeah,
had to do, probably the only way to stay a little bit sane is to go psychopathically insane.
and one of the things that makes this particular assassin extra dangerous is, as you mentioned, the tattoo magic. So she has tattoos that can stop time. She has
Yeah,
tattoos that can
yeah,
create poison. Was it one of them? She does some weird shit.
yeah. She had her lip was tattooed so she could spit poison. Her arms were tattooed black, which made them like iron, so
That
she
was
could
it.
like
Yeah.
block swords with her arms. She had another one which was like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy or not. Well, so that it was one that was like, if she died, that tattoo would set off an alarm somewhere, and they would
Oh
know,
yeah.
and the Thieves Guild would know that she's dead, and be like, "Oh shit, right, let's go send someone to take care of this shitty little thief because he's killed our assassin somehow." Um, and there are probably a bunch of others that we didn't ever get to find out about.
Yeah, because
Um,
she was tattooed to the eyeballs.
yeah,
But
like covered.
a really good way to introduce that magic system, because it is important and it's used later on. And a couple of times, because then we later find out that Galva is actually using this magic as well. That's how she stores her war corvid. So this war
Yeah,
bird is stored on a tattoo
part
on her
of her.
chest.
Yeah, and like it could get killed. Well, it could get irreparably damaged, but as long as she got a feather of it before it died, quote unquote, it she could regenerate the corvid in tattoo form on her. It would just like take it out of her for a hot sec,
Yeah,
and she'd be
weaken
like,
her.
yeah. So like maybe use her life force or whatever to regen it. That was cool. That okay, I've never seen a magic system like this. I don't
No.
think.
And then we've hardly touched on Galva.
Yeah,
So she turns up, she's got a shield that can regenerate, so the special wood. It might remind me of like maybe that Adam tree from One Piece or something like that.
yeah.
Um,
Because there's a special wood in the Robin Hood books that is used to make ships that are alive,
okay.
and it's actually like the wood is actually a cocoon of a dragon.
Oh, shoot.
So spoilers for that, but yeah, it's a super special wood that they make crazy weird ships out of that gain sentience, but they gain sentience because the consciousness of a dragon is in the wood or cocoon as they
Yeah.
become dragons.
Well, there's no dragons in this one. There's no big other
Yet.
threats yet. The threats, and that's what makes again the goblins so scary, is that even though there is like a lot of magic, some of which, so we meet another magician later who can create mud clones that are terrifyingly impossible to beat. the Deadlegs herself, her power, she just can create living things out of mud. She creates like people out of like shit on the
Clay.
floor. Like that. What did that
Yeah,
man turn into
clay
with the?
clay golems and stuff.
It's
Like
just
I think the second guy, like Fulgrim or Full something, Full Tim or Full Tim maybe. He's the one that did all the tattoo magic for the War Corvids, wasn't he? That was his.
oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. He's the one that figured that magic out. I think so. There was another guy that made like the human animal hybrids, and he made the
Oh
bullet
yeah.
dude that
Yeah.
they
The
take
big
out to
first
start
big
with.
bad.
Yeah. And then there's another guy that was dabbling in that magic again, which I can't remember if that was Full Tim or some other dude. But yeah, one of them was like crossing species over, doing some Full Metal Alchemist shit. Hey,
Yeah.
brother.
Oh, don't. It's so dark, man. Do you also, I just want to talk, before we talk about like favorite bits stuff, touch a bit on Norgal as well. So she's third main central human to the party, and I guess we're just going to spoilers for her as well because her journey is so clever. So starts off with Deadlegs as this apprentice, which
Yeah, and you
throughout
just think she's just the apprentice to the wizard. Or witch, sorry. She's in there. She send them off on a journey to get a bit stronger. Nope, nope, not at all. I did like the like little love story developing between her and Kinch. That was very
yeah,
sweet.
and again that was so heartbreaking at the same time. So it was a true love story. It was real. It was like it wasn't like perfect. Does that make sense? Like it felt
Yeah,
very
yeah. They accepted the
human.
flaws in each other.
Yeah,
It was like, yeah, all right, man, you fucked up. Don't worry. That's why we're in this together. So if you fuck up, we can both try and fix it.
and
Because he tries to keep the cat a secret from her to
yes.
start with, doesn't
Well,
he?
because the assassin says that she'll kill her.
Kill everyone.
Yeah,
And go. Found out where Kinch's mum is. Like, I don't know where she is, man. On Tuesday, she does the washing down by the river.
yeah.
Um,
Pretty dark.
And then Noragor turns around, is like, got an idea, bruv. Let's tattoo her inside the cat onto you. Which is a bit of a mad one.
So that way it kept her heart alive, so it didn't
Yeah.
kill her, so the guild would never find out. But unfortunately, that's not a perfect system.
Because she could then like invade his dreams and fuck with him in his dreams, and
Yeah,
if he started to bleed somewhere, like if the tattoo started bleeding, it meant that she was almost escaping or some shit. I like that there was a lot of like rules and restrictions around magic.
yeah,
Like that. But there's it, like, because magic is often portrayed as something that just makes everything better in books, whereas this was like it's going to help, but it's not going to be perfect.
no.
It's putting a band-aid on a broken bone. Sort of thing.
But Noragor's journey in that, like you said, that touching relationship, it ends up coming to a head. They have lots of back and forth. They end up being each other's moon wife and moon husband. So that's the thing in the
Yeah.
story where they're both Blacktongues, and you take a moon wife and a moon husband, sort of like test them.
Yeah,
Right.
be like, do we really want to be married? Let's do it for a month.
Yeah.
Trial period before we get into the full thing. Oh, that's a great idea.
It's like super exclusive dating,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
really intense.
It's like
dating.
it's like the step between being engaged and married. It's like, right, and I suppose you'd like they've only known each other a couple of weeks.
But that's
at
it.
this
You
point.
don't have to have known them for very long to do
Yeah,
it. It's like a
But then again, in like honestly, because it's sort of a medieval setting still, you don't know how long someone's gonna last.
there is
It's like,
that.
yeah, cool. If there's a connection, let's just grab hold of it and see where it goes. Whereas us now, we're like, nah, we got a date for like a year, maybe two, and then maybe at that point we might move in together, and then we got to do it again for another couple of years, then we'll get engaged. Not everyone, obviously, but that's just how it goes.
But it doesn't last forever for them because, unfortunately, Norrigal and Kinch is now obsessed with her by this point of the book. By the end, like that's his main goal of this story is just to keep that relationship good and to help
Yeah.
Galver if he can because they're friends. But he massively swaps from maybe working for the Thieves Guild, who knows? But he's 100% Galver and Norrigal's man. And there are giants at the end, so that is another big bad, I guess. But like as well as
But
the
not
goblins.
really.
But yeah, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
But they throw a rock and it takes out Norrigal's legs, like just lands on, or it's a tree branch or something, just takes out the legs.
Yeah, it was a tree. Yeah.
Broken beyond compare. And it isn't till things are heated right, because I didn't pick up on it straight away. I don't know if you did when she first got her legs broke. Did you pick up on the twist?
No, I was
No.
like, oh,
and
damn,
I'm normally so good at it. And it wasn't until Dead Legs turned up. And it wasn't almost, there was a little hint of like, wait a minute, is this timey-wimey fucked up shit?
No,
is this what's going on here?
I didn't think it was. I didn't until she said it. She didn't even say it. She implied.
It's never actually said.
But I just thought it was like a get out of jail free card for Norrigal. Be like, shit, I'm fucked. Please help. Master's coming. Gonna save the day. But it just turns up. Well, maybe she's me and I'm her, and oopsie.
She grows up to be me. When I die, I become her. It's almost like a cyclical thing. Is she basically says, because he's like, oh, we'll find her, and she's kind of almost like, you just did. You sure this is what you want? This old, haggard witch crone is not what you think you want. You're very confused. Bless him.
But she does like him. She's like, no, you were good to me, but not me. So you're cool. I got your back.
So, do you think she has the memories of them being a couple?
I think there's probably a connection between the two of them, which lets Dead Legs see what's going on with Norrigal, but not the other way around.
Okay. So
maybe not like all the time, but she's maybe very aware of maybe her feelings and emotions. Not like being although you do get people say like the assassin says that she can, while the cat was blind, she could look out of the cat. So there might be times where Dead Legs just like, I'm gonna see what she's doing. Like there's often like scrying magic in fantasy, right? So she's not just gonna send her what we considered apprentice out into the world and not keep an eye on them. Like masters of wizard masters, witch masters, whatever, don't generally do that. They'll keep an eye on their apprentice because they've invested a lot of time and effort into them. So I just assumed that she would maybe looking in on her every now and then, and sees that Kinch is treating her right.
I took it very differently. So I like that it can be perceived differently. And my perception was that she knows everything because that is the same her. So the Norrigal that just had her leg broke is the Dead Legs that we see now, but in a past version. So we're seeing that to her is a memory that happened. She remembers herself coming back in time. Do you know what I mean? So I see it as the same person. And that's where I'm like, she doesn't need to look back because she was there. She did all those things.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. No, that's a good take.
But yeah, it's just cool. It's clever, and there's so much going on at the end. We find out that there's secret horses have been tattooed into a giant, so not all the horses are actually dead. That the princess is, in a relationship with Galva and has all these special things going on with her.
Well, we've skipped over a lot of stuff, so you should backtrack a little bit.
Backtrack a little.
Yeah. So the reason they're going to Alstrim is because the Ispanthian princess was married off to the king of Alstrim because she was thought to be a little bit crazy. She then outlaws. She manages to get the Thieves Guild kicked out of that city where they they have major influence in every city on the continent,
Yeah,
apart
super
from this
powerful.
one. And the Thieves Guild, they're then like, fuck that shit. We're going to go poke the giants with a stick, but we're going to dress up as these people and poke them with a stick to fuck this town up. And then we're going to get hold of this princess, and we're going to do something. Um, and that's why Galva's on this journey, because she's needs to find this princess who is the next in line to the throne, so she can become the queen of Ispana.
Yeah.
Turns out Galva is aristocracy. She is the last daughter of some big shot baron, and he's the one that was like, well, I think maybe he was the one that sent her on the quest, but she is also the potential lover of the princess. Like they did have a relationship before she was shipped off to be married. Because I mean, the only thing is ever explicitly stated, apart from Kinch being like, "No, you're looking at her the same way I look at Norrigal. Like, there's more to this." And we meet a bunch of Galva's countrymen. We meet her trainer, or her sword master, this old lady that smokes bear and just like is badass. And then she gets fucked. By the assassin, doesn't she? That's when the assassin does some twisty timey wimey mumbo jumbo magic.
Yeah.
Rewinds shit, and no one really that messed with me. So I was like, I just finished the chapter, and then the chapter started. I was like, wait, what? I just read this. What the fuck's going on? That was a cool slot. Because they get to. Man, we missed the whole goblin ship as well. So while they're on the way to Altsrim, they're on the open sea on this whaling ship, which gets attacked by a small kraken, which was cool. I didn't expect to.
Yeah, the kraken.
Mega mythical monsters like that in the book, and they made krakens like extra smart. I don't know about extra smart
compared to like usual kraken,
the intelligence of a kraken, but this one, it was smart. It got repelled initially and then stalked the ship, and then like left them stranded on an island where they then get captured by goblins. And they're like locked in a tiny cage, like 4 or 5 of them. Well, yeah. So Norrigal, Malk, who is the dude that gets played tug of war with and then nommed by goblins. He doesn't like Kinch, does he? Because they're from the same village or town, and he's like, "Wait, I recognise you. You fucked off when the Goblin War started, right? You're a pussy." And although they begrudgingly not get a friendship, but they learn to coexist.
Yeah.
He there's a character in a book he reminds me of, but we won't go into that. And yeah, they're all stuck in this cage on a ship, and they witness one of the. Well, they don't witness. They hear one of the other crew members who's been separated from them in a cage get like chopped up and eaten.
Mm-hmm.
That was like them telling each other not to look and stuff. That was quite deep.
It was deep.
And that's where we find out what Galva's mission is, isn't it? Because
yes,
Kinch is like, hey, so we're about to fucking get eaten. Like, at least you can tell me what it was all for. And he's like, ask Norrigal, she'll tell you. And then it's like, yeah, we're gonna go save a crazy princess. Yeah, cool. Just get that out there. And then they get to Altsrim, and Kinch may or may not have been raped.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that was dark because he's talking. There's a point where someone wants to trade fucking him for information, and it's like I imagined him almost like as the Persian guy from 300, just like
a little bit.
Yeah, like a Persian rug salesman with loads of jewelry, and invites him into the back room where they pretend to have sex.
But then the last like 5, 6 lines of the chapter are like, yeah, if you believe that that just happened, because they don't. Like it, it doesn't go into any detail or anything, and then somehow he spits out this ring. Yeah. So we don't know what happened. It's left to the reader to pick it apart,
And
I guess. But
he
Kinch
has,
saying,
I
yeah,
was going to
like,
say previously, he just does mention like during training, we're trained to take it out the arse because that
yeah,
might
because
have to
it
happen at
might
some
happen.
point as a thief, so
Yeah.
we need to be ready for it. It
Jesus
was like,
Christ, man.
what fuck? What kind of school do you go to? Like, fucking,
Thieves Guild school, man.
oh man.
That's gonna be one of the worst ones to go to. Apart from like Assassin or Witcher school.
Oh.
Jesus.
Um, but yeah, so we never find out what really happened there. But that's again, it's that dry, humoury, like, oh
Yeah, because he
god,
makes a joke out of it. It's like, yeah, we pretended, but if you believe we pretended, then maybe you're a little bit thick. Um, that was, and that was when, yeah. So he tells them the upright man is what it's called. So I kind of like that they use that term because the upright man is used in other. The title is used in other fantasy books as like
oh,
a head of a thieves guild or
okay.
somebody that's high up in a thieves guild sort of thing. Um, yeah, that gave me like warm and fuzzies. But yeah, then he wanted to rape. Well, fuck him. I was like, oh damn, that sucks.
Yeah,
So he gets the information from him, and he gets a special catfall ring, so he can like fall out a building and probably land all right.
yeah,
Um, and then he ends up in this town that's been raised by the giants outside the city, and ends up in this. No, that was how he finds him, wasn't it?
yeah,
He then goes down to the sewers, and then yeah, that's when they sort of like they stumble across a giant which is sort of all weak and messed up. Has been shrunk, so she's not
yeah.
giant sized, and she's in a lot of pain. And then assassin cat tattoo breaks, and assassin everyone's gonna die.
Yeah, because what happens is she's holding a book, and that book turns out to be the Thieves Guild like Bible, which is written in, and this is where the language thing comes in. So it's written
Murder
in
alphabet.
the murder alphabet, and if you don't know this alphabet, as soon as you read a word of it, you will die. You become so
Yeah,
confused, and your brain can't handle the translation. And so even if you just, he talks about like if you like have to, you double take on a word. Like, wait, is that
yeah.
or that? Then
No,
it's like,
that allows death to creep into you and just take you. Like,
um,
that's nuts.
but
I've never
because of
seen
his
anything like that in a fantasy book either.
power, it means that he can read it, and he thinks that there might be something in there.
I mean, he's scared to read it to start with, isn't he? He's like,
But what is he looking for?
nothing.
Just to see
He
what
was
it
just going to read
is.
it. Yeah, he
Okay.
was like, can I read it?
Okay.
It was. He could feel his luck, and he was like, I can feel my luck. Fuck it. And then he reads like the first chapter, and then he starts getting the confusion thing, but then the cipher powers kick in. And he's like, oh sweet, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep reading. And it's called like it's sort of like a ledger of all the bad shit they've done, or
Yeah.
like the secret super plans, because only full shadows, which are like the tippity top of the thieves guild, have access to these books.
They're the ones who know the
And
murder alphabet, so
yeah,
no
yeah,
one else can physically read it. Like,
because you've got to go through a lot of shit to be able to learn it.
yeah,
You know,
you risk death
if
all the
it's
time.
yeah, the minute you get confused, yeah, because you've got to show a lot of strength and willpower and everything to rise to that level, and that's the only way that they can know that you could probably handle learning that is to push your way up to the top. But yeah, after they managed to take out Assassin Girl, yeah, he's like, hey, well, Giant, you got a book there, and oh, but then it was funny
No,
because
because that's how Assassin comes out, isn't it? That he opens the book and then it goes to bite him. And then as that happens, the assassin escapes. He's like, I fucked up. I shouldn't have opened the book. Because it was in
maybe
opening the book that the assassin got out, because it was like him focusing on the murder alphabet. And that was my understanding. Caused the
okay,
tattoo
yeah, I
to
might have got that
rupture.
mixed up.
So that's then the assassin pops out. And that's when he's like, oh shit, this book. Oh, what have I
Oh
done?
yeah, because doesn't
And
he show her the book to take her out or something? Maybe what does he shoot with an arrow or I can't really remember.
she.
Which is weird. It's the end of the book.
So he shoots her with an arrow, and then she uses the timey-wimey shit to rewind time.
And
And
that's
then
when Deadlegs turns up.
Deadlegs then has to rock up, yeah.
Yeah, step in and she's like, Assassin Girl, stop.
Yeah,
Undead
I
legs.
have all
And
the
she
power.
uses so much magic that it sort of wipes her out, doesn't it? And she's like, the last thing she can do is heal the giant from these crazy wounds. And they like sort of strip back some clothes, and as she grows, they just see all these horse tattoos like all over her. Turns out horses aren't dead. There are a bunch of them tattooed onto this fucking giant.
It's very cool. And Gal was just obsessed, is just crying her eyes out because she's so happy about horses.
Yeah,
Norrigal,
I
gone
love
though.
the descriptions that they use for horses. Like they talk about them so nobly, and like there was the point earlier in the book where they see one horse or something. Like there's a company of people, and their leader's got this really old, decrepit horse. Because they're revered. They've almost got like godlike status.
Yeah. They talk about the smell of the horse, and we would assume the smell of a horse is like not going to be the best. And they're just like, I just want to smell this horse. Like that, it was amazing. Like I never thought I'd be so lucky. Oh, okay, shit.
I suppose to us it'd be like seeing a unicorn, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know.
Or
White rhino.
a dodo.
Dodo, yeah. But yeah, and that's the one party member who is long gone. So Galva does nearly get killed, but Deadleg saves her, as you said. Galva's teammate person, the other,
Your bears or Yar bears or something like that.
she's gone, dead.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Norrigal disappeared. So in order for Deadlegs to come, she takes the place of Norrigal, which again solidifies that they can't be in the one. They can swap because they're the same. So
Yeah, that does make more sense. Matter can't occupy the same space.
yeah.
Same matter can't occupy the same space.
But then they're together in the same room at the start. But then I guess because then they're apart and they swap. I don't know. But
if that was like her lair, maybe there was special shit on that place that allowed it to happen, but because it was just like out in the wild, maybe.
But yeah, a very good book, and throughout the book, many slaps in the face at pubs. That happens constantly, which is great. It's not just like a one and done. It's like this guy lives and dies with these slaps. You got the comedy, you got the romance, you got the fight scenes.
I like the descriptions of gods and stuff as well. Like gods all animals. So Kinch worships Fothanan or Fothanan, which is the fox god. And these gods aren't like conceptual things. They exist.
Yeah.
Because he can almost commune with him. There's points where he's like, bro, please, just please. I know there's gonna be some bad shit for me asking for some good shit, but please, just let us get through this bit. Whatever happens afterwards, I don't care. Because that was the ship, wasn't it? Like they get fucked up by the Kraken. He's like, oh man, for fuck's sakes, this is great. And then you think the bad thing is them being stranded on an island. No, the bad thing was goblins.
And then they get rescued, and then the ship's going to shoot them. It's just like one thing after another with these guys. But yeah, just trying to put my finger on it. There's just so much about the book that pulls you in, and it feels very much like the start of something. That's the only thing I would say, is the big stuff that happens goes by with a bit of a whimper. Like the last bit is it's not a big grand thing.
It could have been maybe 10-15 chapters longer.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate its length, and it was good. It was very succinct and to the point, and like I loved all the language building, the world building. You really did get a feel of this world and everything. But I feel like there could have been a bit more focus on characters, because it is all just told from Kinch's perspective. He's just like the narrator of the whole book. It's not like how to say it. It's not like a top-down view of it, and there's these descriptions of events. It's all from his perspective of things. I'd have maybe liked, like, they didn't have to do many of them, maybe, but he didn't have to do many of them, maybe, but like a chapter from someone else's point of view.
That's a good point.
You see how they are viewing the world. I get that he's the main character, and the story is told from his perspective, but I'd like to have known a little bit more about, maybe, I imagine the second book is probably going to be from Galva's perspective, most likely, but I'd have liked a bit more perspective from other people. Would be maybe my one criticism. If that's not the style of writing he was going for, so it's not a huge thing, but maybe a couple of 2-3 chapters of, so like while Kinch was down in the sewers, what the other guys were doing, sort of thing. Just silly things like that. Like it would have just given it a little bit more depth.
No, you're right. I did like it in its focus as well, so that's where it's like I can definitely see where you're coming from, and I would have enjoyed it either way. But there is times where just having it from his perspective makes some of the more surprising things a bit more surprising when you're learning different bits about the world and about the goblins, and you're just getting his perspective, and he's learning about them because he hadn't seen them up to the point. I don't think. I think he just heard about it.
Yeah, he just knew stories. I don't think it ever explicitly says that he encounters goblins.
No, and I think when he first sees him, he's like, it's more horrific than I thought.
I really want to see what these sort of goblins look like. In my head, I'm sort of thinking like Goblin Slayer.
Goblins, that's what
but worse.
Because they're small, they're quick. And they do have shamans, though. That's another thing. They've got magic wielding goblins, too. So
like magic. I enjoyed the magic system in this. It wasn't too overbearing. It wasn't in your face. It wasn't like Kamehameha.
No, and
it was very sort of tactical.
It was wielded by the main party, but only in a bit, because it was Norrigal, and she wasn't the best at using her powers, so she would like use super hearing, and then it meant she couldn't talk to the party. So every bit of magic she used would fall back on her ass. So yeah, she messed herself up a lot.
Overall, I'd give a solid 8 out of 10 though.
Oh, sick! Yeah, I'd agree.
It was good.
Good 8.
In its difference to other fantasy, like it was dark but very humorous. Those two don't often mix very well for fantasy, I don't think. If you've got a really dark world and someone's like cracking jokes all the time, it sort of detracts from the darkness of the world and the grim reality of it.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it was almost like a coping mechanism.
No, exactly that.
Like, it's like, man, my life's shit. What am I going to do apart from have some fun, and take the piss out of it alongside it? Some shit's going to happen to me, but it's going to happen either way, so I'm going to get my fun out of it.
Yeah.
Like, at the beginning, like, where it's sneaking into Galva's room, like, no, she's probably going to fuck me up, but I'm getting in there anyway.
Yeah. I've planned this out.
This campy dude just slapped me in the face for a drink, and I'm not happy about it. I'm going to go rob some people.
I mean, I've realised that I hadn't read that much fantasy, when we started the podcast, But the more I read, the more it does feel familiar because I've watched a lot of fantasy, and this to me felt a bit more like a journey than an epic quest, as it were. Even though it's just because it's the small group, and it's quite a simple thing they're doing. It's not like they're going to Mordor; they're just going to a place where there was some giants attacked. It's just traveling, but
Yeah,
the
so
journey is what.
because you don't know the end goal until like 3/4 of the way through, or like halfway
Yeah,
through, maybe. That's when
well,
you find
yeah.
out, oh,
So it's
there is actually
like
a goal. They're
the
not
goal
just
is
getting
just the
there.
journey for so much of it,
Yeah,
and it's about them becoming closer as a team, as friends,
yeah,
the people that they meet, and something random to just throw in right at the end as we're closing down. But the way that when he's fighting, I feel it's almost like a way that he just detracts from the danger and sort of from the fact that these are people that he's killing. He's not like he kills people, but he's not a murderer, if that makes sense.
well,
But he doesn't give
I
them
don't think
names.
I don't think he's actually, before one person, I don't think he's killed anyone before.
No,
Or I think he might not have killed many people because
I know that
I
he says
think
he
like one of
hates it.
those. I thought like in the battle with the fight with the bullhead dude. I think
That's
that
what I was
was like
thinking.
one of the first times he kills
He
people.
killed someone.
Yeah, yeah. I might have misunderstood that. That's how it came
No, no,
across
no.
to me.
But it is the fact that he doesn't like that and he doesn't want to be violent, so he doesn't give them names. It's
Yeah,
like axe guy, spear dude, punchy lady, and it's just
yeah,
like punchy
yeah,
lady.
yeah,
And yes, you're not going to give them names. You don't know their names, but it's just the way that it's described. It just
yeah.
yeah,
I get
I
what you
don't
mean.
know. Yeah, I've never seen a book where it describes people by their attacks. I just thought it was quite cool.
That's a very anime thing to do.
Yes, and I like a bit of anime, so yeah, all round good book.
I will be very much looking forward to reading the Daughter's War now,
Yeah,
especially if it's a prequel sequel. That'll be cool. But also, not so much of a fan of that because it lowers the stakes.
yeah, because you know
You
she's
know,
going to make it.
yeah. If it is from her perspective, I mean, you know what the outcome's going to be. So
Yeah,
unless it's a different story, yeah,
well, I'm with
you
you.
just know everything's going to be all right.
Yeah, but
So,
that's where I guess they could get into the characters around her and stuff like that. But let's not poo-poo it until we've had a
oh
look at
yeah,
them.
no, no,
Who
no,
knows?
not at all. But
No, I'm with
that's
you.
just uh, a criticism of doing it's like the original trilogy and the prequels for Star Wars. You knew at the end of the third movie, Anakin was going to be a bad guy.
Yeah, there's no
You
way out
know?
of it.
Yeah.
Um, but as we do at the end of all of our book clubs, we discuss the next book. So if you've made it all this way, waha, thank you so much. What is our next book?
Our next
Or
book.
tome, I should call it.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm throwing you in the deep end, man. I've let you swim, like learn a little bit. Now we're getting into some proper fantasy. So we're going to be reading. I've gone on about this series before. We're going to read book one of Malazan, Book of the Fallen, which is Gardens of the Moon. This is a big chunky boy, and
It's like
I
700
was
pages, isn't it?
yeah, and closer to 8. But it is going to be confusing. Very, like, no, I'm not going to say it's going to be very confusing. It is going to be confusing because they're going to talk about concepts in the wider world, and you're going to have no idea about what these mean. But I will say, just ride the wave because it's very coherently written. It's very, I'm going to say adult. This is not the right word, but it's sophisticated. He's a very
Okay.
sophisticated writer. The threads from the first book just shoot outwards, and there is like 40 plot points that will be coming out. Don't try and remember them all. Just focus on what's happening. Things do jump around a little bit,
Jump around.
but the bridge burners, Whiskey Jack, Fiddler, they're some of the best characters I've ever read about. It sets up the two best books I think I've ever read, in the sequels to Hell's Gates and Memories of Ice. Um, and it's just really cool. I was always quite hesitant to start reading Malazan because people was like, it's a difficult read. I didn't personally find it that difficult because I just went with it. I didn't read it expecting to understand everything
Okay.
because there is 10 books in this series.
Jesus.
They're all going to be about 800 pages. They got some of the coolest motherfucking characters in fantasy, like hands down. Like Fiddler. Fiddler is low-key one of the main characters of the whole series, but he won't get much page time in this book. It'll have maybe 3, 4, 5 stories going on in it. It's been a couple of years since I've read the first one, so might be a bit hazy on that. But I would like to see if someone else enjoys it.
Okay.
And if you don't, and you struggle to get through it, just tell me, and we can then do the review at that point. Because
Okay.
it may be a slog. I don't know, because I enjoyed it and I went through it quite quickly. But I have read many reviews and listened to many people talk about Malazan, and people say it isn't for everyone. It is. If you enjoy it, you're gonna fucking love it. It is dark. It is grim. Like, I would sit and listen to Lamb of God as I'm reading it. Perfect music for reading Malazan 2. Lamb of God and Mastodon, because they're very, well, Mastodon especially, because they're very conceptual music. They're telling a story through their album. It sort of works really well. They're like, yeah.
Cool.
My favourite book series of all time is The Wheel of Time, but this is very, very close second, and probably only second because I haven't finished it.
Fair enough.
And yeah, so if we did 2 horrors, we'll do 2 fantasies. Maybe we'll find something else next time, but we'll see. We may have to read book 2 and 3 because book 2 is fucking phenomenal, and book 3, I would say book 2 is probably my favourite of the whole series, but book 3, thinking back on it, is so fucking epic. You just got to get through Gardens of the Moon because it's a tough introduction to a series, I think, but it's still very, very good. Well,
it looks like I've got a lot of reading to do, so I should probably get started. We should probably call it a night.
Let's see if we can get through chapter 1.
Yeah. 3 days later. No, thanks so much if you've been listening. I love the book club episodes. I love how we go away, don't talk about, but we talk for a few minutes each month before we come together about certain bits. But generally, it's the first time we get to sit down together and talk about a book, and it's a good crack. Yeah.
I love being able to share books with someone. There's not many people that I think I can. I've recommended a lot of it, like the books that we've read together. I've recommended to everybody before. You're the first person to read them. Like Mistborn, I've recommended to so many people. Nobody bothers. Malazan, I've never recommended to anyone because it's a very personal taste to me. I don't think a lot of other people might enjoy it. I think they'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? And just give up. But I know you're a bit more dedicated than that.
I am more dedicated than that.
Robin Hobb, I've given copies of the first book to people before, and they like, oh, it's boring. And they're not even through the first chapter. Won't say who that was. But,
if you know, you know. You said it.
Oh no, they don't listen.
You should listen.
Shout out to Bell and Keith. Hi.
Whoop, whoop. No,
yeah.
I love it, and for me, I like a bit of drive, and the podcast is the drive to get through these books, and obviously chatting. Like I said, I love chatting about it with you. And some really good book recommendations. Everyone out there, if Stephen recommends you a book, I strongly recommend you read it. Until next time.
Yeah. All of you, I mean, apart from Canticle, because that, like, we both agree on that. That was a weird fucking one.
Fucking
but
weird.
We had to read it. Every one of yours has been solid fucking pick as well. So I mean,
Swedish.
I would tell you if they weren't. Like,
Yeah, I know. But that's the beauty, isn't it? Well, we would genuinely, like with Canticle, like, which was fine. But if there's a book we don't like, we'll fucking tell you. We ain't going to sit here
I mean,
and be
it's
like,
not that we
this
didn't
book
like
was
that
good.
one either. It was just that was a weird fucking book.
Yeah. It's very
I
different.
mean, it
But
was from like 70 years ago, so
can't blame it.
Um,
Can't blame it. But yeah, check out the other Brain World book clubs. They're all on YouTube's. There is a playlist.
yes. Like,
Check it out.
comment, subscribe. Let's try Monster Energy.
Oh yeah, I don't know if those who watch me stream. I've always got Monster in my hand. Monster Energy, give us a sponsor before it kills us. That's probably not a good thing to say.
Like even just like a case. That'd be great. Oh, Amazon are doing them real cheap for a case of 9 at the moment.
Some good promotion there. Both Amazon and Monster. That's now we're the worst. Just the worst.
Yeah, well. Oh well.
And on that ludicrous note, I've been Beyond Joe.
And I remain Stephen at the end of this episode.
And thank you for joining us.
In what was the world? I can't remember what the world was called. So in another world.